What does it actually take for a digital world to stick around? I'm not talking about a few years, I mean long enough to outlast trends, tech, and even whole generations of players. Well, today we're going to dig into how a simple fantasy blueprint from way back turned into this living, breathing digital legacy. All right, so every epic journey, right? It always starts with just one choice. So let's talk about that basic blueprint for adventure. So, if you've ever fired up a fantasy game, what's that first big decision you make? Yeah, before you even think about dragons or treasure, the real first adventure is you versus that character creation screen. It asks you this huge question, who are you going to be? And it almost always comes down to these classic choices, doesn't it? Are you going to be the elegant elf, the toughest nails dwarf, the relatable human, or maybe the mysterious dark elf? And look, these aren't just stats on a screen. They're like the starting blocks for a whole new you. And that right there, that's the blueprint. Seriously, every huge online world you can think of, it grew from a tiny seed just like that. Those choices sprout into these incredible, sprawling digital histories. But here's the thing. How does a world built on that simple blueprint manage to survive for over 2 decades? I mean, launching a world, that's the easy part. Keeping it going, keeping it thriving for that long, that is a whole different ballgame. Which, of course, brings us to a world that just hit a pretty unbelievable milestone, its 22nd birthday. Yeah, we're talking about Lineage 2. And for millions of people out there, this name isn't just a game. It's a second home, a second life. It's managed to do what so few other online worlds ever could. It just endured. 22. Just let that sink in. 22 years. In the gaming world, a 5-year-old game can feel ancient. 22 is like geological time. It's practically an eternity. And a number like that, it's more than just years on a calendar. It's all about the experiences, right? We're talking about alliances forged in the heat of battle, massive player-run empires rising and falling, and friendships, real friendships that have lasted for decades. It's not just a game history, it's a human history. So, okay, how do you even celebrate a birthday that big? Well, you throw a party for the entire world. Let's dive into what they've got planned for the celebration. Okay, the main event is this huge anniversary live stream. And this is important. It's not just some corporate PR thing. The whole vibe is that it's a global thank you card to the community, the very people who kept this world alive and kicking. And man, just look at the agenda. They are packing it all in. We've got a live Q&A with the dev team, big announcements, these golden Dandy Ball awards, which sounds fun, special guests, a peek at upcoming content, some nostalgic moments, and of course, massive giveaways. It's all there. So you can see the theme here, right? This isn't just an update, it's a thank you. It seems like every single piece of this event is built to reward and celebrate the players who made the world what it is today. And check this out. This quote really stood out to me. They're promising plenty of giveaways, including limited edition physical rewards, this time available to players worldwide. That's a huge deal. Giving away digital stuff is easy, but physical rewards sent all over the globe? That's a massive logistical headache that a lot of companies just don't bother with. It shows they're serious. So you can really see they're hitting this from 2 angles. You've got the in-game goodies for your character, which is awesome, but then you've got these actual physical rewards for you, the player. It's for the hero in the game and the person sitting at the keyboard. All right, so if you want to join the party, here are the details. You're looking at the 22nd anniversary live stream happening on Friday, April 24th, 2026. It all kicks off at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So mark your calendars. And this is really cool. They're making it super clear that this party is for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're on the main Aiden servers, the old school classic version, or Wolf. The celebration, the rewards, all of it, it covers the entire Lineage 2 universe. Okay, so let's step back for a second. Beyond all the fun stuff, the giveaways and the announcements, what does a 22nd birthday for a game really mean? It kind of makes you think about what these online worlds have become. I mean, think about the evolution. In year 1, it's just a blueprint, an idea. But by year 10, you've got a full-blown community with its own drama and legends. Fast forward to year 22, and now you're talking about a living history. You've got veteran players who are basically the elders of this digital tribe. At the end of the day, This whole thing is a story about how a game becomes a place, how a bit of code transforms into this shared world, a digital home that has been a real, meaningful part of people's lives for an entire generation. And that leaves us with a pretty deep thought to chew on. When a digital world has its own history, its own culture, its own generations of people, what does it even mean to call a place like that home? Something to think about.